Namaskaram. Good evening. My name is Sai Shankar. I live in San Diego, California, and it gives me a great pleasure today to host this event on behalf of Indian Octaves. Indian Octaves is devoted to promoting India's traditional art forms and cross-cultural fusion in the United States through variety of means such as concerts, leg dems, workshops, and contests. We are passionate followers of art forms of our native land. As grateful recipients of the benefits of being exposed to the rich multicultural stew of our adopted home United States, we have now embarked on the endeavor to return the favor by making India's traditional art forms approachable to the second and third generation immigrants from the subcontinent as well as to people from other parts of the world. To this end, we intend to regularly organize a variety of such concerts, leg dems, workshops by distinguished practitioners, as well as contests and scholarships for aspiring youngsters. Our events shall exult in rasa, the joy of art sans boundaries. Our aim is not merely the preservation, but the transmission and proliferation of India's traditional art forms. So, I welcome all the guests in this show as well as all the viewers. Very good evening, live from Texas as well as in California. I have learnt my mridangam from Sri Paladam Ramachandran sir, who is my first guru, and currently I learn mridangam with Sri Ramkumar in San Diego, who is a student of Sri Melakaveri Krishnamurti sir, as well as Melakaveri Balaji sir. That is a short intro about myself. I have twin daughters. My twin daughters are called Sai sisters, Kiran and Navi, and they are also aspiring to be singers, and they perform not only in Carnatic but also plethora of other platforms like English. So I'm very happy to have my co-hosts in this show, which is none other than Vivek Sundararaman, and we don't need a very big introduction about Mr. Vivek Sundararaman. He's a student of Sri Neyveli Santana Gopalan sir, and he has a musical foundation that was laid in Chennai under the tutelage of Sri Seturama Iyer, a disciple of Madurai Mani Iyer. He has also a good fortune of learning from Sri Nagrajan and Srimati Raji Subramanyam, who is a disciple of Sri T.N. Sheshagopalan. He has been continuing his advanced music training under Isai Peroli Sri Neyveli Santana Gopalan sir over the past several years. The traditionally rich Bhavafil Padandram of Neyveli sir fuels his passion for this art form. Vivek has been performing extensively in the United States, and he has trained multitude of young kids in the United States to follow this art form and also be a very good rasika and appreciate Carnatic music, to take that as a platform to explore their inner abilities. So Vivek, it's a big pleasure in welcoming you to join. And our next person whom I'm going to introduce is none other than John. He's called Jonathan Singer. He has been a very famous personality in the United States, included among the Village Voice's Best of New York percussionist. He's called Jonathan Singer. He has been praised for his superb four-mallet technique, New York Times, and described as an artistic assault on the sensory order of nitrous oxide. That's a fantastic euphemism for how he would be able to captivate people. His solo appearances include performances with Detroit Symphony and Grammy-winning Nighthawks. As a leader of Brooklyn-based novelty band, Xylophone Singer has performed across the United States, India, Japan, Brazil, and Canada, and on the stages of Alice Tully Hall, City Center, 92nd year, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. He has been heard in WNYC, Air America, and made on-screen appearances in Broadwalk Empire, Royal Paints, and David Coben's Downtown Express. Singer is a recipient of Fulbright Fellowship and Queen's College grant to study with Erode Nagraj sir. That is how his connection came to India and connection to Carnatic music came in. Singer has learned tabla from Pandit Abhijit Banerjee, a prodigal son of India, presently an adjunct assistant professor at the College of Station Island and Queensborough Community College. Singer has had previous appointments at Brooklyn College and Queens College. Singer is a graduate of Interlochen Arts Academy, Berklee College of Music, Queens College, and CUNY Graduate Center, where he earned a doctorate with dissertation focusing on improvising xylophone music. Welcome, Dr. John or Jonathan Singer, to the show. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed guest, Erode Nagraj sir. So, Erode Nagraj sir, I want to read a very short bio, then we will basically start on with the full show. Erode Nagraj sir is an inspiration for me. Why? Anytime when any human being thinks this is my limit, we have to just see him, and that basically drives that we as human beings are capable of much more than what it is really thought about. The prodigal son learned the art of Mridangam initially from my guru, my first guru, Paladam Sri V. Ramachandran sir, and is a disciple of Sangita Kalanidhi Padma Bhushan Umayalapuram K. Sivaraman sir for the past 21 years. That is basically like taking a Gurukula Vasa under the doyen of Mridangam, Sri Umayalapuram Sivaraman sir. He's a A-grade artist of All India Radio and has taken Mridangam as his full-time profession. He has been working as a lecturer in Tanjavur Vaidyanathan Iyer School of Music or Percussion at the Madras Music Academy, Chennai since 1988. That's a prestigious post, being a professor in Music Academy and teaching Layam and Mridangam. He has accompanied great artists like Padma Shri, Sri P.S. Narayan Swami sir. Oh, he has been the doyen who has trained almost every performing artist in Chennai today. And he has been learning also, he has performed for Chengalpet Ranganathan sir, who is the doyen for Pallavis. Calcutta Krishnamurti sir, oh my gosh. He has his own style, he created his own style, and his famous student is none other than Sri Sanjay Subramanyam. Of course, Neyveli Santana Gopalan sir, whose Vidvat is beyond boundaries, O.S. Tyagarajan sir, M. Chandrasekharan sir, Sikkal sisters, Sikkal Gurucharan, Maladi brothers, Vijay Shiva sir, Ram, Ranjini Gayatri, Gayatri Venkatraghavan, Lakshmi Rangarajan, Gayatri Girish, and much more people. So I will now hand over, start off with my first question, welcoming Sri Nagraj sir, and we'll start the conversation. Namaskaram sir.
Namaste everyone, greetings to everyone, happy Pilayar Chaturthi. So happy to be here in Indian Octaves platform, and thank you everyone. Thank you Sai Shankar, thank you Vivek, thank you John Singer, thank you Indian Octaves. So this is the 30th year under Gurukula Vasam with Dr. Padma Vibhushan, Sri Umayalapuram K. Sivaraman sir. And so happy to see you and share whatever little I know with you. So your questions.
Yes, let me start off, sir. Thank you for that short and a sweet welcoming for all of our audience. I would want to start up with your young age. So what was the reason or what motivated you to take Mridangam as the first instrument to learn at a young age?
Well, I was born in a village called Gadai in Nilgiris, near where you see Ooty and all that, the famous city. And like when I was in like 2.5 years old, I was affected by polio. I lost everything under my neck. There was no movement, and slowly, little bit of treatment, and everything brought me to a stage where I can like sit and do things and all that. Then, from the from the earlier days itself, I had this passion of beating whatever is seen and playing something, picking up sticks and playing, and picking up all the dabba, everything, all the containers, and doing that. So also my father thought that since I am like this, he should be feeling comfortable if he is trained in an art where he needs, you don't need to stand or walk or anything. And fortunately, I had Palladam B. Ramachandran sir, who visited to an auditorium called the Kalalaya in Erode, where we were just residing opposite to that. So he visited there, and I was so passionate about learning percussion art, especially mridangam. And he is what to say that wonderful teacher and wonderful human being that makes you, even if you are not interested in mridangam class, you will be attending his classes. Like that he was in his every approach. We had the freedom of whatever we wanted to play. Whatever I will listening to Sivaraman sir's playing or some like Palghat Manias, Kore or anything you play, he will appreciate. He will not say you should play this only, this should play that only, and all that. He should be like encouraging very much, and we will sit up like six people, four people like that, two students, and he will start by asking us to play takatari kitataka. So we will start takatari kitataka, takatari kitataka for some time warming up. Then he will ask whatever maximum speed you can try, you can try. So everyone will be trying like some will try some and all that. So it was like every time it was so motivating to start a class like that. And lessons will be there. Then we were given like training to accompany vocal music. Singanalu Radhakrishnan, a great artist, he visited, and he is Singalalu Radhakrishnan is such an artist who can sing in a wedding concert without mic.
Wow, that is pretty good.
And you know that so he was equally able to sing very soft varieties and all that. So we were getting used to dynamics when accompanying. So very thing. And I listened to Sivaraman Sas playing in live Vinyasam in Trichy All India Radio. That was like who else is not mesmerized with his playing? And I became like Unake Adimiyane like that. To listen to all his chapu, his everything. Whatever he plays, they are artists where they have attained Siddhi. So from right from that time, I was like waiting for his concert to bother, because those days we had only radio. So all the radio concerts were there, and I had this practice of not listening to the announcement. So that something will be like indulging myself in a puzzle like a situation. So by listening to the kriti itself, I have to identify the ragam. I have to identify the talam of it, and whoever is playing. That was those days in Erode. It that also like enabled me to identify. Oh, this is Murthy sir. This is Sivaraman sir. This is Palghat Raghu Mama. Like that. So listening to that, what happens is your thought becomes more defined. You are clear about what is happening, how to stick to your school, also how to appreciate everything, what are all the things happening, like that. Then Sivaraman sir visited to Erode in 87, 88. Then he was like playing two concerts back to back, maybe, but not back to back, on the first day and the second day. So first day he accompanied Palladam Venkatramana Rao. So he was also a very good inspiration we had in Erode. And I, after the concert, my father carried me to Sivaraman sir. This is Palladam Ramachandran sir at his Coimbatore house. And my father lifted me and carried me to the stage after a concert of Sivaraman sir. And he said, sir, this is my son. He is a very great fan of yours. He wants to learn from you. He cannot walk. He said, "Ah, yeah, I could. I saw." Then his mridangam was lifted. He was sitting here. He made space for me to sit on the stage with him. And that days, I was not aware of Sivaraman sir won't shake hand and all that. But with lot of like excitement, I did like went for reached out to his hand and he held it. And until his conversation is over, he never left my hand and he was holding it. And that was like a very great sign that the God willing, I am under very great Guru. And Paladam Ramachandran sir, he was so happy to send me to Sivaraman sir. He will share anecdotes with me, like when Sivaraman sir used to accompany Paladam Sanjeevra, the great master of flute. So their interactions and all that he used to share. And whenever I go to Coimbatore, he will say, "Hey, this is a great boon that you are under such a very great legendary maestro. Make use of it. Like learn everything you can. He is very learn his techniques like that. He will always encourage." Even Sivaraman sir, when I was in Perambur, I had a tricycle which is motorized. Someone has to push, then only it will start. Then I had to ride and all that. So whenever I go to concerts of various artists, Sivaraman, this is Paladu Ramachandran sir accompanying M.L. Vasantakumari. And whenever I go to concerts, Sivaraman sir would encourage, like, you should go and listen to everyone. Why? Because what they saw, I felt, and what I feel is, what I say to my Sishyas, you have to listen to every great artist. Then only you will know your school of thought. You will be more certain about your own territory. Because creativity is nothing but it is enjoying the full freedom within the boundaries. If there is no boundary, you can never enjoy a freedom. Even if to cross some land, only if there is a territory that you should not enter, you will have the feeling of crossing it. Or if there is permission to enter, then only if you seek permission, then you go, then you will feel that you have traveled to somewhere else. Like that. So creativity within the framework gives more space and room for oneself to enjoy that boundless art, and also that sets you in a defined thing. This is particularly in art. A definition is not like 2 plus 2 is 4. It is the definition where it is well defined and never stops opening new avenues for you. So learning from Paladam sir and being with continuing to be learning till as many bets I have from Sivaraman sir is like a very great boon to you. Also, I had to share this when after the talking with Sivaraman sir, he asked my father to come and meet him where he stayed, because I was in Erode. He is in Madras. So how will I learn? So that day, early morning, like 5 or 5:30, I prayed to my Guru, Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swami, and that this is going to happen. My father is going to meet him. Sir should accept, and everything should happen well, like that. And after this, every day, Sivaram sir spoke to this, and he said he will accept when I come there and all that. Let him finish his studies first, like that he said. Then after this happened, a month or something, I had been to Kanchipuram. The day I went there, and many people were there. We were taking blessings of Periva, and we were talking, and everything was over. Periva started to walk away. Suddenly I remembered I have to tell him that I prayed to Periva and Sivaraman sir has accepted to take me as his Shishya like that, but I forgot to tell. But I'm seeing he is walking away like some 6-7 feet away. So how should I call? I called him in my mind, Guru Chandrasekhara, Guru Chandrasekhara. He came back and stood in front like this in front of me, and I was holding the thing, the pipe, and I was looking at him, and I started one word. பெரியவா சொல்றதுக்கு மறந்து போயிட்டேன். I forgot to tell உமையாள்புரம். That's what I said. He everything I heard it like when you said itself, even before that, like that the gesture was, and he blessed me. So I feel like being with a guru who is like a father and mother and everything.
Wonderfully narrated, Nagrajji. It was a pleasure to listen to that, and especially I loved the Abhiprayam. Creativity is only when there is the limit, and only when there is the boundary, only then there is a creativity. If there is freedom to do everything, then we will be doing, all sorts of things, and within the boundary, how to explore. That's one of the great thoughts of our music. Yeah, so that was great. Thanks for sharing the memories. I wanted to ask you about, of course, Umayalpuram Sivaraman sir's Vadi and Padandaram. I mean, that is renowned and such a great musician. Could you share with us some special solace technical details unique to the school? What you would like to share, and any special memories from your long association with Guruji also? That will be great for us to listen.
Speaking of memories, once there was a concert of Sri K.V. Narayana Swami. It is a chamber music for Ramana Kendra. And I was like sitting very close to Sir's Mridangam here. And that day, Subramanyaya Namaste was the main. And during the Naraval, he played this. This phrase. Like that. And I was listening to that phrase like coming across for the first time. So I was looking very keen, his fingers looking at that, and so he looked like that and played it again for me. And he said, he did his eyebrows like this. Purinjada? You get it? Yes. Also, in one more concert in Varan Road, Player Kogil, he played. And immediately he was playing like this. Immediately he looked here. Did you notice? Did you learn like that? And I was like, oh, that was great. Like that, I was looking at him, and he immediately do the interchange. How you do from nakata dinaka tadinanga 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 tadinanga, like that. He did. So I understood, oh, this is happening like this. So the moment I expressed, sir, that was great, and oh, it is like that. The face is expressive. So he immediately like this, he played like that. He'll do like that. And immediately when I was excited and very affectionately looking at, oh, what a phrase that is in his hands, then immediately he played. And like Tanjavur school, Vaitana, who is considered the father of Mridangam. And recently I came across the article which was written by Umayadpuram Sivaraman sir in 1975 in Kalki magazine. He was like 12 years old when he started learning from Tanjavur Vaidyanath Iyer. And Ganjira V. Nagarajan Mama has personally shared with me during the Kandar Sashti festival in Vadapayani. Nagaraja, do you know that? Even when he was like 12 years old, your teacher, he will play any lesson that is given by Vaita Anna. Immediately he will play four speeds of it. He was like that even in that days. Like that. And Sir has written that how passionate Mama was teaching. He has shared a lot of things with like how Mani Irwal used to play the Podisolu, how Rangu Yengar used to teach for Pallavi and different Mora ways, and how Arubadinade says Arachapu, the greatness of it. He will say, when Nagaraja, when Arubadinade is playing the Arachapu, if you keep your fingers, it will get fractured. Like that it will be. Also the phrases that Sivaram sir play, then tarigada takadim nangada dingada tarigada dimma tarigada takadim nangada dingada tarigada dimma. These are all. And Rangu Ingvarwad will play like that. These are all like very. And Sivaraman sir's speciality in accompanying, if you closely notice, you can see that whenever the song is like what they say, that the world is not like that a second before. It is different. It is different. It is different. Like that, there are many ways of accompanying a song. You can just play like that and accompany the song. And also you can keep on doing this groove and also embellish the sangadis in the song. But sometimes during Naraval or in song, the song will be like migrating between Madhyamakalam, Kilkalam, Melkalam, Kilkalam, Madhyamakalam, like that. There is one Varanarada rendered by, sung by Satur Subramaniam, great artist, Vidwan he is. And you can see, wherever the Kilkalam is happening, they will show the Kilkalam. Wherever the Melkalam is happening, that is not following the music with just one phrase or one kalam. Like I always say that when you sing, you have your tambura tuned to the lower octave. When it will be like that, it will be. You will hear that. So the Shruti, the song is kept securely between the Shruti in the lower octave. And when you are singing in the higher octave, by male kalam is securing it there. So the male octave, the higher octave is complemented with higher speed. That is why when you do is happening. And if you closely notice, when the Sancharam is over, they will stop that and come back to the Madhyamakalam. They will not keep on playing this Madhyamakalam or Melkalam, because a song or a singer's mind is like, it takes it goes like a river. The flow of water is like that. You have to follow that. You can see when accompanying. And also the speciality is because of Siddhi. Whoever has attained such greatness in accompanying or mridangam or anything, whatever they do, that will go with the song. And they can always improvise that it sounds better than the previous one. You will think it is best. Then they will do something else. Then that will be the best. Like that, they can. In one lecture demonstration, like Sivaraman sir was demonstrating about, see, there are many phrases. One is like, like that. So he was telling, so when so you should not be playing like you need not play like that. You can play like this, like that. Suddenly, Gatam Suresh Anna was there. He stood up and said, "Sir, if you play like that, then it sounds good only." So that is. And also, when they go for Anupallavi, they will do just the chapu. They will not play for some time. They'll play dingana, dingana, they'll play nakatadin. For Teliyaledu Rama, it is different. For Meru Samana, it is different. So they will somehow, whatever they do, it will be like sticking to, and how to say that, whatever they play, like many dynamics, vigor playing, soft playing, everything will gel with the music and keep the flow going. That is what one has to, like Sivaram sir used to say that when the first time I heard the word Swanubhuti, Swanubhuti is one's own self, inner self realization and experience, realizing through experience. That is Swanubhuti. So when I heard the word Swanubhuti, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? And Sivarama's father used to say to little Sivarama that, Sivarama, you should play with Swanubhuti like that. And suddenly the frequency of Mama telling Sivaraman sir has come down. And Sivaraman sir, like, did I make any mistake? Why Mama is not telling nowadays we should play with Swanubhuti and all? So he was like asking. He used to call his father Mama because everyone was calling his father Mama. So he also called him Mama. Why are you not telling these days that I should play with Swanubhuti? Did I make any mistake? Like that. He asked, and Mama said, you are getting it. So I stopped telling that. So that is one very great character of Gurutva. The moment your Shishya starts understanding it, realize it, stop explaining. And I will, because this is all related to Nadam. So how will you make one sensitive for sound? You stop talking too much. You don't need to explain anything, because if there is a Shishya and he understands what is happening, and I play like, if he understands the tonal quality of it, if he understands the layam in it, then stop explaining, because explanation should never stop natural learning. It is like a kid learning grammar. If you teach them grammar, they will never speak. But they will speak and learn. So only when they are like struggling somewhere, you need to stop and explain what is happening. Hey, do this. This way, if you do, you will get it. Like that.
Sir, could speaking
Sorry.
of understanding grammar,
For any question, I will speak longer. So feel free to cut it off and go to the next question.
We had too many questions. As you're going now, I had one question, then another. Now I'm going to ask this one because you began to explore some of the Shruti possibilities on Mridangam, re being sort of natural on the instrument. Could you maybe demonstrate some of the nuance, simple things, how you're using topi and how you're using Archapu for the octave? We're on Indian octaves only. Just this kind of thing. And the one of the questions was to perhaps also unrelated, maybe discuss Gati Bedam and Gati and the other varieties that you're doing, although I don't know if that is suitable for accompaniment. But on this subject of accompaniment, let's talk, if you would, demonstrate some of these tonal qualities on the instrument.
Sure. So, we tune the mridangam to the tonic note. It goes like that. And when you see, if I have a vocalist here, then it will be easy for you. Please bear with my off-tune singing and all that, okay? Imagine. Let us give more work for your imagination. The beat will go with the Panchamam range and all that. Overtones will be there, and Arachapu will go with the higher octave Sa. So Suraman sir has explained this in a very detailed manner that if your chapu is like 256 in decibels, then your arachapu will be like 512. That is why it matches the next octave. And it is called arachapu because not in Tamil there are two arrays. One is array is half and the other is like doing it with a blow harder. So this is array chapu. You don't play the chapu like, you don't do that. That is like, so you do the chapu like, that it goes. So when like Varamad Mudu Jivad Mudu Paramad Mudu, then it will go with that. Also like so the overtone in tambura is there. That is why you can provide approximation to music. That doesn't mean that you should take up a role of violinist and whatever they were like. You don't need to do that. Occasionally, like you can do that. So that will see, that is the rarity which keeps up it very lively and also demanding. So that is one thing. And Gati Bedam, there are two terms. One is Gati and other is Nadai. Nadai is Tamil, Gati is Sanskrit. Both are same. There is nothing called Tisra Gati, Chatusra Nadai. Even if you say Takka Dimmi, Takka Dimmi, Takka Dimmi, you are still Gati or Nadai defines how many syllables per beat. You do whatever. Takka Dimmi, Takka Dimmi, Takka. Still you are doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 only. Because 4, 1, 2, 3s are 12. Also 3, 1, 2, 3, 4s are also 12. Because you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, the Gati is not changing. Because you are sitting in a car it doesn't mean you are not moving. You are traveling because you are inside the car. So gati is such a thing. And to change the gati, you can use gati bedam in many places. While accompanying music, you can do. When gap filling, you can do. This is like you should have that idea of when to do it, when not to do it, or even if you start doing it and it is not gelling with that, going along with that, you should be the first person to realize that and change before anyone realizes that, or before anyone signs you like that. so gati is like this, and gati bedam is like gati bedam is the like that is where we invented. We can do gati bedam in many ways. Like if imagine I'm playing nakatadin. What happened? That nakatadin was there. Then I kept that nakatadin as it is and played it in a different gate. This is one way of going to gati bedam. Other is keep the phrase like and introduce some social distancing between them. Okay. So you are, social distancing always ends like this online thing. So you are in line with the music. So you can do social distancing. How to do that? So tadinnanga, 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 which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 for the gate of 4. Tadinnanga, 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 tadinnanga becomes misram. Like that, likewise, see. In this, you don't feel like the change which was felt clearly when with that previous method. So Sivaraman sir used to play like this. So Kandagati happened. Like that, even in beginning the Taniyarthanam, they will do. Like that. That is one way of doing it. Other is you take up something like takadinatam, 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 takitatum, tadiginatum, takitatum, tadiginatum, takitatum, tadiginatum, takadinatam, 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 takitatum, tandang, then. Like that you change to Gati. Or from Chatusragati, as if you are going to play Kandagati, go to Kandam. Then from there you come back to Tisram. So this is all like many ways of doing it. And also regarding Gati Bedam, we have to remember that the given tempo, the Kala Pramanam, the speed in which you start, that is constant. Only you are setting up, it is like there is a seat, 2 people are sitting there. What happens when the third person comes? You adjust and make him sit. If 4 are there, you adjust and make them sit. Or if it is like 5 people are sitting, suddenly 2 goes out. What happens? You sit relaxed. That is what you do when do takadimi, 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 takita, 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 takita. Wow, one person is gone out. So I have an extra vadai for me. Because there are 4 vadais. Like that, donuts. Okay, you do. So like that, you have to feel relaxed and you have to stick. And one more thing, Takadimi, 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 takatakita, 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 takita, 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 what is the difference? Takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, these are like taking up the phrases for other gatis and playing this. There is one more thing. You keep on doing one phrase in all gatis. That will be like interesting. Let me show this. So do you hear the beat?
Yes.
It goes like this. So like this, without changing the phrase given and without changing the speed given, this is like employing 4 beats and 4 takadimis. 4 beats, 5 takadimis. 4 beats, 6 takadimis. 4 beats, 7 takadimis. 4 beats, 8 takadimis. 4 beats, 9 takadimis. And the beauty of it, everything is still measurable. Not miserable, measurable. So what happens, you still can explain what happens, what phrase happens on which beat. It is not like going by clearance. If you do din ta din ta ta din din ta din ta ta din ta ta din din ta din ta ta din, thinking that you are doing 15 per 2 beats. If anyone asks you, come on, tell me what is 7.5 per beat, can you tell what phrase occurs where? So these are all done by clearance. But the same thing you can do in Kanda Chapu. Din ta din ta ta din din ta din ta ta din ta ta din ta digena to ta digena to ta digena. Like that you can ta digena to 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 ta digena. Like that ta digena to ta digena to ta digena to will sit in the Kanda Chapu. He will still explain. But if you say like takketa, 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 takadimi, 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 ta, tadikenaton, 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 tadikenaton. It is happening on a clearance. So this, like in our school, we go by like actually measurable thing. If you don't play, this can be done, but once in a while is our tradition. Doing it, not doing it. See, in this can happen once in a while, but not in a full scale. Like in Robaga Chaputalam, if you start doing, from there onwards, you play the full Adi Talam Triyathan. So, what is very great in that, or what is so admirable in that, differs from person to person. We cannot say that this is wrong, this is right, and all that, because music gives you the freedom to do it. As long as people listen to that, people can do it, people will do everything. But if you are like attached yourself to a school of thought, and you are developing on the path of your guru, you do innovations, but still stick to where you belong. Still remembering the roots. Then this will like you have to have some assessment and go on with that. Next question. Sorry, keep on talking too much.
Okay, just to make it a little bit more livelier. So when you go to concerts, right, when you perform in the concert, we know that we typically, this is for the sake of the audience, I'm asking it, is the left having Shruti? The left the topi ki Shruti irika. That's what the question is. Does the left portion of your mridangam
There is
as a Shruti?
in olden days, Sivaraman sir has told me, in olden days, everyone was singing like in F, G, and all that. Sivaram sir Soluvar, he used to say, Palgat Maniyar will say Nagarajan, if he plays for Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhavadar, Bhavadar used to sing in F, Nalagatte. So, he will take the Mridangam and he will say, Sivaram, Bhagadarku ஒரு கச்சேரி வாச்சாக்கா அடுத்து அப்படியே ஒரு புல்லு வச்சுட்டு அடுத்த நாள் மாலி சாருக்கு வாசிடுவேன். If he plays with the F Shruti Mridangam for Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhavadar, the next day he would accompany flute Mali sir because he used to play in G. Like that. So in those days, the pitch was like that. So tuning your topi to the lower sa was easier. Now slowly the pitch has come down. Many people sing in B, A sharp, lower thing. So even if you cannot bring it down like to the Adara Sajjam like that or lower sa, you can at least keep in Ga, Pa like that. It will happen. In most concerts, it will naturally happen. Because somehow this instrument have some life in it. That is why we don't, we keep our, the உள்ளங்கை இதெல்லாம் சுத்தமா இருக்கணும்னு பேர். You have to keep your fingers like you don't touch your hair, don't touch your sweat, or don't be shaking everyone's hand like that. Then if you keep the same hand on this instrument, you can see and experience this is reacting to that. You say, no, I don't like it. Why do you do that? Like that, this is such an instrument. This is also similar to your voice. Your voice reacts to whatever temperature, whatever weather conditions. This will react. He is like, this is like your most loving person who always seeks attention. So there is tuning and there is pitch, and even in Tavil and Ganjira, they used to call it Puruttam. When you play, like that means then this tat 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 taka 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 dum dum dum. See, this is out of tune. Taka 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 dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da ta dum da dum da ta dum ta kujodu taka ta kujodu da. That thing has to be there. They will maintain. And the more you become sensitive, you will understand all these things. So you listen to Murugu, C.S. Ramanathapuram Murugu Sir's recording, even very lightly something happens, he will be like tuning the mridangam, tuning the topi. In one concert, Papanasam Kumar, a mridangam artist, many people know him, he's a famous artist, and he shared one experience, like some concert in which Sivaraman sir was accompanying is happening in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Hall in the Mylapore. And Papanasam Kumar was sitting in the last row, almost last row, and Sivaraman sir's father, he attended that concert. And at one stage, Mama is like, you cannot see such a person. He is a complete man. He is a Siddha Purusha, and no topic that he doesn't know anything or he has something to make you understand newly is like that a person he is. And he is like, at one point of the concert, he is like, oh, like that. That is, the pitch is little bit lower, very little, not noticeable, but little bit lower. He is feeling like that, sitting in the dark, and Sivaram sir is raising his tone to do that. Such sensitive mind you should have. And for that, you need to work a lot. You need to check the mridangam, like, okay, from today, I have a concert on the 10th day. I have to treat him very well, daily make friends with him. I have to check the page, everything and all that. And doing, Sivaram sir will do like he and Palgat Mani, they are celebrated and like amazing awed for like how they check the Vadyam before the concert. And after doing everything, Sivaram sir will say, okay, we have, so far we know, we have seen, player will take care hereafter. He has to take care. Like that. See, that always thinking of your guru and thinking of higher entity makes your life very easier because you don't have an ego.
Beautifully narrated, Nagraj. I want to shift gear a little bit here. So some of the talams many of us have heard in concert platform. If you take Triputa talams, Tisra Triputa is very popular. Chatusra Triputa is, everybody learns that as the first talam, Adi talam. Even Kanda Triputa we have seen in many Pallavis, and those are very popular. But nowadays, like, we also have all these Misra and Sakirna Triputas. These are also coming into vogue. So how do you approach those talas? How to construct Mora, Korvai, or how to approach the rhythmic structure? Can you share your thoughts?
Yes. In Mishra Triputa, there is Pranamamyaham of Dikshitar. In Sankirna Triputa, there is Swarnakala Bhairavam of Swarna Venkatesa Dikshitar. Swarnakala Bhairavam, Kala Bhairavam, Bhairavam Ravam Vam, Swarnakala. I heard it in Nardagana Sabha. KV and Mama sang that, and Sivaram sir accompanied. So there are these talas. Only thing is, you have to look at how Mora or a Korvai is made. You can play phrases. See, if there is Mishra Triputa, you can play na din din na na din din na din din na na din din na na din din. But human ear is used to, Rasikas are tuned to listen to na din din na will get completed, then only some phrase will happen. It is always there. So you have to take that into account. So na din din na na din din na din din na na din din na din din na takadina takadina tam. So before that happens, You should do something like na din din na din din na din 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 na na din din na takita taka do that din din. See, now you have the kind of fulfillment. Yes, good. Like this. And you can employ like, okay, this is like that din ta din taka din ta din ta ta din taka din ta 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 din din ta din ta din ta din taka din ta din ta ta din ta ta like that you can. So these are like, even if you are using like a phrase like nakata dimi ta dimi nakata dimi ta dimi, you can do like. See, now you don't feel like something I have attached, some patchwork has been done like that. It happens with the flow. Like that, first you need to practice and learn to do how to make it seamless. Or you will be seamless in the concept. How to make it seamless. One thing is that. And regarding Mora and Korvai, for Mora, general idea or easy formula then for Mora is like take talangadinna talangadum. Take tatom ardit. So that comes for 4 beats. So you do something for like that, like like that a formula is given. So Sivaraman sir, like the Mora of Vaitana, he played like that he played. So also Talangadum is falling on the beat. So you can make it interesting by doing like that. Or you can make the tala into 2 halves. So 11 beats are there. So what do you have? You have 5.5 and a 5.5. So you coin something for 5.5, like a 3 and 2.5, or a 3.5 and 2, a 3.5 and 2, like that. Many ways of doing. Even you can go by Rangu Engarwal, Paramaguru. He is the 4th Guru of Sivaraman sir, Sakote Sri Rangu Engarwal. He used to say, teach like Jati Moras and Jati Korvais, like employing 2 different talas, Mora and Korvai, and making it come for this. So if you sing Kandachapu Mora or Misra Jambe Mora and Adi Talam Korvai, then we will come for Misra Tripade 11. Why? Because it will be like a 5 plus 6. That is why it comes. Like that you can. For instance, you take up Sankirna Jadi Tripata Talam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 13 beats. So let me show you something. and develop. It is taking up tadin tangadin and playing it in Chatusram and changing it to Kandagadi. Tadin tangadin tangadin tangadin. Tadin tangadin tangadin tangadin. Tadin tangadin tangadin tagadin. So like that, what I did was, I played little Chatusra Gati and went for Kanda Gati. because the number is 13. So like if I take, I was like, instead of doing something else, I thought of doing Kandagati, because this talam is finally like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can like have 3 times 3 and a 4, which is good for Mora, construction of Mora. So instead of 3 15s, what I did was like 16, 15, 14. And tangadinna tangadinnatum, tangadinna tlangadinnatum, tangadinna tlangadunta, tangadinna tlangadunta, like that. So tatum, tatum, also, when applied the same pattern for Corway, ta tatakadinatin, ta tatakadinatin, ta tatakadinatin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is 10. 8 plus 2. So ta tatakadinatin, ta tunga, ta tatakadinatin, ta tunga, ta tatakadinatin, ta tung. This is also like 3 times 15, but sounds. So from dintatong, it gives way to dintatong, dinatung, tatong, ta ka ta di ke ta tung, 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 ta ka ta di ke ta tung. Like that. So I wanted to share with you that. Thank you.
Beautifully explained.
I'd like to relay a couple questions from the viewers here, if that's okay. About Sivaraman sir's first switch from Kapi to Kuchi Mridangam, and second, if you would talk about Sivaraman sir's father, maybe your own experiences with Sivaraman sir's father.
Kapi to Kuchi Mridangam transit happened like during the late 70s or early 80s, because of workmanship and availability of that quality skin and all that. By the time cows started eating paper and all that. So when you are particular about native cows, grass fed and all that these days, you can easily relate it to the quality of this thing. And see, kappi or kuchi, it is we don't call it first of all kappi. Kappi means that which stays on a drain. It is called kappi. Whatever the water goes in and whatever stays, that litter is called kappi. So we don't call it kappi first of all. Like it is called tool vadyam, because grains of these things are spread here. So it is called tool vadyam. And be it tool vadyam or kuchi vadyam, what you call, there were like taboos, like it's very difficult to play on tool vadyam. It's very difficult to maintain tool vadyam. It is easier to play in kuchi vadyam. It is difficult to play in mridangam, like which is like G sharp and all that. So this was happening very seriously during late 90s or early 2000s. So in the lecture demonstration happened in Parthasarathi Swami Sabha, Sivaraman sir demonstrated with a tool vadyam and a kuchi vadyam and vadyam, H vadyam it is called. Tag vadyam is lower pitch, like 1.5 and all that. And there is this veena, violin, there is D sharp, E like that. Then 5 G sharp, like that. They are H vadyam, 6 and all that. So he played in like a kuchi vadyam. He played the same in the tool vadyam, and he played the same in the H vadyam also. Taboo or like how do you call that? There was an opinion like if you play in higher Shruti Vadyam, your fingers will be like going like this, and it won't receive your energy and all that. It is not about what is received or what is given or what is hardly pushed or arm twisted or anything. It is all about how you yourself tune to any Vadyam. It's called the Kai Tolpattu, Kai Pakkuvam. In one concert of T.V. Shankaranarayanan, after the Thaniyavardhanam, T.V. Gopalakrishnan sir came to the stage and talked about how Sivaraman sir, like he was very comfortably playing even in the Shruti of MDR. Like you give a lower Shruti Mridangam, or you give any, like, if he visits your home, give some Mridangam, like, sir, this Mridangam is out of tune, and in his hands it will be great. Umayalpuram Narayana Swami Mama, Kumagodam Narayana Swami here, who is a direct disciple of Sakota Rangoyingar, in an interview, he shared this about Adakanambiya Pillavad. Narayana Swami Appa, Adakanambiya Pillai, they are like very, very great masters. And he said, like, Adakanambiya Pillavad was playing in a Mridangam for a longer concert or from Sampradaya Bhajan or something, and suddenly he wanted to rest for a while. See, so he gave the Mridangam to someone else, and when they kept the hand on that, it is like a Mridangam where it is out of tune on many places. So they rotated and kept in one place or tuned, like that, something happened. Then after some time he came. The man who was playing was still feeling it out of tune. And the moment Adakanambiya Pillavad kept his hand on that, then it was like fully tuned. So we have to develop like more acceptance. Like let the Vadyam accept you. Let your hands be trained for anything. How will you accompany a micless concert when a soft voice is there or a soft instrument is being played? You cannot overpower. And what happens when the vocalist's voice is so like powerful and it demands more prowess from your playing also? See, it is all about striking a balance. When you know that striking the balance between you, even between when you are playing the din and tum, you need to maintain the balance between tum and din. You cannot be playing, or you cannot be playing. You need to strike a balance from you need to have that. When you develop that kind of like acceptance, sensitive culture in the fingers and your approach and all that, then either it is a Tul Vadyam or a Kuchi Vadyam or a lower Sudhi Mridangam, or you are playing in a H Vadyam, with all these things. See, even when the Mridangam is embedded with more Nadam, people think, oh, easily we can play. No. When there is more Nadam, you have to control. First of all, it should not be sounding jarring to everyone's ears. So when it is more Nadam, then you have to keep your movements controlled. When you are playing, this sound should not come. Is there? Is there? So you have to control that jarring. See, when, like, if you are, imagine you are accompanying like, Aravindamuna Juchi Brahma. Because the song had, you can show. and you have to come back to the. For normal, you have to keep the ring finger at the outer ring of the black patch and arrest the noise. Train yourself to the sound. Then convert your whatever sound that you are making to music. Then the realization of nada happens. When it happens from within and in the artist, then the Rasika feels it. Did I answer properly? What?
Yeah, and you have to also talk about Suraman sir's father.
Yes. Okay. Mama is an embodiment of every great quality that you will want to attribute to any person. Greatest application of common sense and presence of mind you can acquire from him. He will just listen to a vehicle which is in idling. From the sound itself, he can tell, hey, this is the problem on this vehicle. Even before he was a doctor, first batch student of medical college in Madras, and he was a gold medalist. Injection, okay. Nobody realizes if they don't see Mama has given an injection to anyone. He will diagnose. He will see diamond is good or not. He will say construction is good or not. He will whatever you say, you find something which is like newly found in the world and go to him, he will tell some two things about that to you. You take up anatomy, one day, like anatomy means from A to Z, the whole book he has memorized. And to check that, he also started memorizing the dictionary. And he came up to like H or K. Like he can maintain everything in the order. I have never listened to, he is the Shishya of Calcutta Raghavacharya. And he can sing with like core niceties and everything that is embedded. His tambura tuning is like that. Many great artists have told that, oh, Kasi Mama, like him, nobody can tune the tambura in the world like that. Prithivila ungla mari tambura sheka mudiyadu. Like that, for everything, for thala, you play something here, he'll be like 40 feet away in a different room inside something, and from there he will send someone, hey, ask the student to let the left hand go like some 1 centimeter or half a centimeter, he will get the right tone. He will say from the sound itself. He is like sensitive in all aspects. His senses were working like anything. Even when he was like lying at the last stage, he was like, even without prajna, he was like this, and I forgot the name of mommy. She is related to Mama, and seeing Mama like that, she got reminded of Bhairavi Swarajati. She used to sing when she was a little kid, and she is singing that she forgot something, and Mama sang that line. Even when he is like not talking to anyone, or whatever he is doing, Namah Shivaya will be going on. He was like a greatest role model, and he's like the father. He was like very great taskmaster. He will make it happen. Only quality that you needed with him is obedience. You don't question. You do that, you will realize why it is asked to be done this way and why you should do that way only, so that effortless. How to play the phrases effortless. Everything. Sir will always say, I owe everything to his gurus, and he will, the Vidwans he has accompanied, to great acharyas, and also he will talk about Mama like very, 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 very like a person that you can, anyone who has met him can never forget. He was like that.
We are pretty close to the 90-minute time, sir. So, but I want to ask one surprising and last question, one simple way. So, I want to ask one question. For differently able persons, how is the situation, not only in India and abroad, how is the society encouraging such an artist, upcoming artist, or a professional to take on the stage? Is there facilities to get into the stage?
Me, when anyone asks me, what is the greatest challenge that you had in any concert? Many venues, after reaching there, I have realized it is on the third floor without lift. And percentage of disability varies from person to person. Like I am more than 70%. I have to crawl the distance, I have to climb, I have to use hands for everything. I should be actually sitting in a bank or something and doing something like that, but I'm playing mridangam. When you, two things, when you accept the disability, when you respect the disability, then it will show you a way. But idea of the general public is when my legs are inactive, if I climb the mountain, I will be recognized easily because I am doing something what like I cannot talk, but I do something with which people talking only do, then that will be appreciated. I don't have hands. I hold a pen in my mouth and I drop, then that will be appreciated. So people generally appreciate like this because everybody in the initial stage, when you are a beginner, you are not a great performer. So what will happen? People will say, why? Many will appreciate, some will say why. But that some whys should not discourage you. You need to cheer up yourself. You need to face anything because finally it is all about what justice are you doing for your passion. If you are passionate about that, if you are passionate about someone, I love you, you get gifts, you somewhat you are connected. Like that, do justice to your passion. Then slowly you will get to know, you will get to understand how to fit yourself in. After only realizing that, only if you are enjoying your play, then someone will enjoy. Like that, if you realize how to get in there, then others will start realizing, oh, this is good, or how to get him in. So for my experiences are concerned, I like the US because everywhere there is access. Also in India, a lot of places are changing. I personally have wrote to many, not only sabhas, but to many organizations, buildings, everything to provide ramp for us and all that, everything. But disability is like, see, I cannot lift my hand above this level. If I need to lift my hand, I have to go like this and I can do up to this. If I want to grab something from the wall, I cannot lift, I can only walk. It is called like, it is called walking on the wall and raising your hand. So it is not just sympathy that makes one appreciate one's performance or all that. You should have something. And that something, among that many things that you have in your performance, at least something should be appreciated, which is like something appreciable you should do. Somehow you need to do justice for your passion, and also some value you should create for your existence. So that takes you to at least somewhere. So that is how, and people will appreciate. Many singers, like my Vasudha's father, when he calls me and tells me like, Nagraj sir, are you free on 12th April? Like that, someday, for a wedding concert. Immediately I will ask, oh, which place, which venue? He will say, don't worry, even before calling you, I went there and I personally checked. There are 2 entrances. One has 3 steps. The back entrance have no steps. So you can come through that. I have come across many people that who actually care, and wonderful family who actually taken care of me, never let me down or never let me crawl along the distance and all that. So what I am thinking is, okay, some disability is there and still playing. Chandrasekharan Mama is there, he is visually impaired, he is playing. Like that, we can be of like showing someone like, hey, if I can do, you can also do. Like that. I won't call it like generally they say, if at least one person realizes. No, your aim is not to make one person, and you don't expect to take the world, take that into account. That yes, one person really you have inspired, your existence is justified. No, you have to like do it in a larger scale. You have to do not just motivational talks, TED and everything, TED talk and everything will do, but you have to by living, by at least for people around you. Even I have told many people, hey, I can't even lift my hand like this, I am playing. Then you should play better. That is one way of motivating him. So I make use of it.
A very, very lovely explanation, especially knowing Nagraj sir. His brand of humor everybody knows, and even a simple thing, he will embed so many layers into it. And even listening to that with that humor, you forget everything and you laugh and you know. So very commendable, sir. Thanks for sharing that.
Someone asked, I think Arun, which note you find, which note is difficult to play and all that. I don't think there is a note which is difficult to play. It all depends on how you practice and all that. You can practice like in geometrical progression, you can practice. You can you can do, or you cannot do means you can slowly get yourself there. Imagine you are in a railway station. The moment you get in, 4 seconds, 100 kilometers. No, that will not happen. It will slowly leave the station, it will slowly pick up, and the moment it reaches the maximum speed, the next station will come, it will slow down. So feel yourself like that. You can start like, that. Take up any phrase. Do something. Even for you yourself to not getting bored out of practice, you can do. Or else you can directly do. Like that you can go. Any other questions?
I think we could do this for weeks to come, but because at least I am on the East Coast here in New York, we're going to have to wrap up this evening. But I wanted to say special thanks to Nagraj sir sharing so much knowledge, answering all of our questions, and settling our doubts, and demonstrating so beautifully on Mridangam so many phrases and compositions. I also wanted to say thank you to Vivek ji and Sai ji and our host here at what is this? Octaves, Indian Octaves. On you can follow Indian Octaves on Facebook for more lecdems, concerts, events, competitions, and also IndianOctaves.org. So again, thank you all. Thank you for having me be a part of this. This is a really wonderful treat for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And this will be also available in the YouTube in future.
YouTube, so, Indian Octaves as well.
Check, and thanks very much for everyone and viewers. Indian Octaves. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste.